As far as other maintenance on the depth probes, I'm going to hit reset start. I'm going to move to nozzle change position because it puts everything up in a workable area. So I can go to nozzle change. We're on medium nozzle right now. So I can go to nozzle change. I'll just select medium again, hit move to nozzle change position and hit start. It'll bring the heads up to a workable location, right? Other maintenance item, you should be checking your depth probe itself. The depth probe pops off. It's held on with a magnet, and there's like 2 pins to align it. When you put them back on, you could put them backwards. So it snaps on, make sure it's fully seated, which means make sure there's not a bunch of sealant built up on these surfaces, right? I could put it backwards, but obviously that's not going to work too well, right? So these should be clean. You shouldn't have a lot of sealant build up on them. If they're damaged or bent, replace the shoe. There's 2 little screws here. Pop it off, put a new one on, put the screws back on. Make sure your surface is clean. Reattach it. Should swing out like that. The other thing that happens is these orange blocks over time, they tend to compress a little bit. They're an insulation block, right? So grab your depth probe, make sure it's not loose. If this is loose, fix it, recalibrate. Reminder, if you take this off because it's like loose, or if this becomes loose and you have to retighten it, or you take it off to service it for whatever reason, you're gonna have to go through and calibrate your depth probes on all your nozzles. Bottom depth probe, same thing. You have a shoe, just aligns with the pins. Make sure it's pushed on nice and tight. The other thing, like I said, make sure your shoes are in good shape. The plastic shoes get grooves in them, which means the glass sits lower, which throws this measurement off. It won't throw it off enough throughout the course of the day, but you certainly don't want to calibrate these to worn out shoes. The steel shoes last a while. You shouldn't really have an issue with that.